he did not look at the leaderboard.
Well, guarantee you that's not as close as you'd like it, Johnny.
No, he hit a good putt, but at that
good.
point, if he knew the leaderboard and where he stood 4 shots up, he would have just been cozying it up there, I think, because it's sort of a moot point at that point. You just don't want to drop 2 shots.
But now when your throat starts getting a little dry and hard to swallow.
I'll say it, but he's been tough so far, I'll tell you that.
He has.
Man, he has just been bulletproof. Dottie, you got to be impressed with what you've seen today, and we're of course viewing Tiger as we speak. I can't remember Tiger having a chance to win a major and doing what he did the last 2 holes. I don't know about you, Gary.
I can't think of it, Johnny. You know, relatively straightforward chip at 16, and certainly a huge mistake at 17 with the 3-putt.
Really, on a birdie hole. 17 is, you know, you got a decent chance to make birdie there.
Tiger getting ready here.
He's got just 124 yards to the hole. A little bit of breeze at his back. Pretty much has to make a 3, Johnny.
Got a few people a little rambunctious, getting excited, probably trying to make him cheer him on to make birdie. He has to have it, Mark.
Just might get it.
It's a very fine shot. It's not an easy putt, though. It's got a quick left to righter.
Another Sunday at another major championship where we've seen that Tiger resolve. Still not out of it. Back to 16.
Bogey putt for Campbell.
Wow.
Solidly stroked there. Just 24 putts for Michael Campbell through 16 holes.
You think that doesn't take guts to make that putt, Gary? That is,
especially the way he made it, Johnny. Just rammed it right in the back of the hole. As we go to 18.
And the fans giving Tiger his due as he comes up.
I really believe he'd have won this championship if he would have turned his big guns loose earlier. He was really playing conservatively on the putts and the iron shots, playing away from the flag sticks, and I really believe not every time, but some of the times he needed to go for it.
You know, you think about all the runner-ups that Jack Nicklaus recorded in his career, 19 in all in major championships, and Tiger, who's halfway to Jack's 18 major championship wins, just has that single runner-up at the 2002 PGA. Appears he's in line for just his second here, but it is not over. Campbell at 17.
Well, he's made 2 swings in a row that he did not make a lead deep enough down into the 2 position on the downswing, which if you don't get in there and then turn on it, you're going to pull it. And that's just what he's done with no legs. So he needs to get up onto his left side, get a good weight shift.
Johnny, after a little indecision about the clubs, he has selected 8-iron.
He's got a lot of room right of the flagstick, Dottie, to play it 20 feet right if he wants.
Oh, he needs to.
That looked a little better with the legs.
And the line is terrific.
And it's a beauty, Dottie.
Boy, that's very nice. Look at this.
He's going for more relief. Campbell heads out.
Not sure what he's doing.
Last night was one of the key shots, if not the key shot, for Michael Campbell in this championship. Remember this, Johnny?
I
Late
sure
in the day,
do.
second out of that bunker. That got him to +1. He parred 18, and he was in with that 71.
He's hit some real quality shots today. He's played the best of anyone. He deserves it, if you ask me. But it's not over yet.
Playing with Tigers, Peter Hedblum +5 for his day. Got off to that tough start. He's really turned it around since the front nine. He was out in 40. He's even on the back. But it was Hedblum who again turned it around to the championship on Friday with that 66. And that's the best round at either Open staged here at number 2.
Mark, you right there?
Well, I am, Johnny. Tiger's got about 12 feet down the hill here. It's a putt that should turn to his right just a little.
Turns pretty good because you just sort of have to touch it.
These are those moments when Tiger has said he thinks about his dad. His dad always said, be the picture, putt to the picture. And Tiger's talked about, you know, hearing his dad talk to him. I mean, it sounds strange maybe to people that don't feel that kind of focus, and but that's the kind of relationship that Tiger and his dad have had through the years. And I would imagine that Tiger might be picturing something like that right now. Picture the putt, picture it falling, and hit it to the picture.
I tell you, his dad Earl in a lot of ways had a lot of genius in him. A lot of the things he taught Tiger were very special.
And watching from California on this Father's Day.
Okay, he's got to throw it out to the left.
Yes! '69 for the two-time U.S. Open champion. Just 2 behind.
Well, the
A
first
whole lot better than 3 at this point with Campbell on over there at 17. I'll tell you that.
Yep.
It's workable.
It's interesting. I talked about the conservative approach for so much of this championship. First 57 holes, Tiger had 6 birdies total. And the last 15 holes, he had 6 birdies.
You look at Steve Williams there, also from New Zealand. I mean, he's probably the most popular golfing figure in New Zealand. He's got over 100 wins in the bag, combined with Raymond Floyd and Greg Norman and Tiger now. But it's Michael Campbell who could be the most popular golfing figure in New Zealand. We say that a little bit sarcastically, but that's how big Steve Williams is back in New Zealand. But this guy will rule the country, you can bet, if he's able to put this one home.
Yeah, Steve Williams has got to, for not winning, he's got to be the happiest, second happiest guy here today.
Campbell with a 2-shot lead. What's this look like, Dottie?
Well, Dan, you couldn't ask for a better putt to have to just 2-putt or even have a chance to make it. There's really not much here.
I think he's thinking about making this putt. There's not much to it, is there?
No, and I think it's harder if you're trying to think about 2-putting. Go ahead and go through your normal deal.
I agree. He's looking out to the right, Dottie. Do you see that break?
Just a little bit.
Look at this.
Tracking in. Campbell with a birdie at 17. And it's back up to 3 with 1 hole to play.
That is impressive right there. Look at that determination.
Talked about how strong Tiger is mentally. This guy is very spiritual. Johnny, his great-great-great-grandfather Logan Campbell came over from Scotland to New Zealand back in the mid-1840s, married a Maori woman, and later became the mayor of Auckland. And Michael will tell you all about the history of his country, about how they came over in canoes from the Polynesian islands. He did that haka dance that Tim talked about earlier at the President's Cup. Very, very spiritual man. And now he has birdied 17 3 days in a row.
That was a special birdie right there. I mean, there's birdies and then there's that birdie. He knew Tiger had just made birdie at 18 from the roar. And to answer him with that tee shot and then that putt. Wow.
3-shot lead in a U.S. Open on a 72nd hole. Dreamed of this moment since he got up early like all the folks back in New Zealand.
I think he knows his lead
to watch
now.
These championships.
I think someone has told him, you have got yourself a 3-shot lead. I wouldn't be smiling that much, I don't think, if he didn't know that. But the way he's driving it, if it wasn't for him, I'd probably tell him to hit a 5-iron, 8-iron wedge and say thank you very much. It's a beautiful shot, isn't it, with the clubhouse back there, Danny?
It certainly is. If Campbell pars 18, it'll be the best round of the day, and no one can say that he hasn't earned it and deserved it.
You want to hit it right at the steeple, the chimney on the clubhouse.
It's up the left side.
Runs out of fairway on that side.
Michael Campbell, in his first appearance in the United States, could be moments away from winning America's championship. Tiger Woods, perhaps in line for just the second runner-up in his illustrious major championship history. Put yourself in position, he says. He did. Looks like he might come up short today.
GS from Lexus. It's alive.
This Sky Sport coverage is brought to you by Strategic Finance. Stay on track with competitive investment returns. Strategic Finance offers 10% for 36 months. For more on this and other rate offers, contact us today. Strategic Finance. Leave nothing to chance.
Goosen is currently 8 over for the championship. Made the turn at 41 and has 5 bogeys on the back 9. So Retief Goosen has fallen apart. Meanwhile, back to Hensby for birdie. Hensby with rounds of 71, 68, 72. 4 over today for his round. And he'll have that left for his par. Hensby playing in his first U.S. Open. And with that par at 18, round of 74 today, +5 for the championship. So an outstanding showing by Australian Mark Hensby, presently tied for third at +5. Now David Toms is for bogey. And so Toms winds up +9 for the championship. 77 today. Began the day at +2 and was very much in contention. 5 behind Goosen as things began. Meanwhile, back up the fairway. New Zealand's Michael Campbell. Trying to be the 23rd player and 29th foreign player to win the U.S. Open.
It's also a little harder because his feet are pretty far above this golf ball. He can't even find it.
So I'm saying I think he should just pop it out. We don't want any Jean Vandervelde specials here.
Here's Olin. And Brown is on. Well, the best finish for Campbell in an Open came back in 2000. Got a special exemption in that championship.
That's a smart decision. We sort of just babied it down there, but people don't understand it. But that's the smart shot, Dottie.
Well, as Campbell chops it out, Mark Rolfing is with perhaps the runner-up today.
Tiger, I would imagine that you will look back on this week and say to yourself what might have been.
Yeah, I mean, I hit the ball beautifully all week, so that's the only good thing. I didn't putt well. I didn't feel good any day with my putter. So unfortunately, it's frustrating because if I putt just normal, I'm looking pretty good.
It looked to me like you made a conscious decision to play a little more aggressive today. Was that true?
A little bit starting out because the hole locations, even if you put the ball in the fairway, it's still unbelievably difficult to get to. So if I drive it in the rough, no big deal. I got a 60-degree sandwich in my hand. I figure I could hack it up there and make birdie.
If you had one shot to play over in the last hour, let's say, which one would it have been?
Oh, God, it was more than just the last hour. I've missed so many putts this week, so we got to go way back.
All right. Well, thanks, Tiger.
You got it.
Well, Campbell in control here.
That was a smart shot. Dottie leaves himself a nice little uphill, little half pitch shot, half wedge shot, and I'm sure he'll just leave it underneath the hole. And if he wants a three-putt, he can.
Yeah, he's only got 77 yards.
That's the exact same yardage that Payne Stewart had at 99. 77 yards.
And the bells are ringing. It's pretty eerie out here.
Yeah. Same spot Payne laid it up to. Of course, Payne left it 15 feet underneath the hole and made that putt. Nice crisp little brush. Look at this shot. Very tidy. He has been unbelievable. Dottie, up and downs this week. That'll be, if he makes that 21 out of 31 tries, he's gotten it up and in for pars. That is something else at Pinehurst.
What a feeling this must be for Michael Campbell, who as a kid, his only dream was to be a member of the all-black team, the rugby team, the national team for New Zealand. He said, I wasn't big enough, wasn't good enough to be a part of that, so I started dreaming about playing the game of golf for a living, about winning a major title. He used to get up early in New Zealand. Says he used to miss an hour or two of school every year in the major championships. And even though he had that good play at that British Open 10 years ago when he had the 54-hole lead, he said, I always wanted to win the U.S. Open. That was right up at the top of the list. And here he is 10 years later after the downfall at the British Open.
Yeah, and who knows what it'll do for his career. I mean, maybe that's all he needed. He has the kind of game. It looks like he should be one of the top players.
Brown waiting for things to settle.
That was a tough day for him.
Such a good first 3 days. It's so good to see an nice man like Olin Brown find the game back in this major championship, but tough to watch it go to the scores he's taken today.
There's nothing like Sunday pressure with a super tough setup.
So Olin Brown 41, 39 and 80, and he tumbles into a tie for 23rd.
Dottie, you've had quite the seat today, haven't you? Just right there, being able to.
Well, for my first U.S. Open with NBC, this is pretty special stuff.
Boy.
So Campbell for the par. And this to post the 2-under round of 68.
Just outside left edge and quite quick. He's been very aggressive on these.
So now a bogey putt. There's the difference, 3 with Tiger. So he's got some cushion.
Well, he's earned that cushion, especially with that putt he made in the last hole. Straight uphill from here.
So 2 putts from there to put this away. So 10 years from letting one Open slip away, Michael Campbell is going to win the U.S. Open. And when you've had the up and down career that he has, at one point after that wrist injury, which we mentioned earlier, he thought about quitting professional golf while sitting in a French hotel room back in '98. He had slipped to 360th in the world rankings. And he's come back all the way to the top in the U.S. Open. And that is Steve Williams, a fellow Kiwi. You bet they've got some pride down in New Zealand. Last group finishing up. Jason Gore, who looked like he was going to keep it together early on the front 9. After a wobbling start, righted himself with a birdie at the 5th, was hanging in, and then
big bounce. Big bounce.
Too many shots started to fall.
Good shot there. Might roll off the edge, but that's a very good shot of that heavy rough.
But even though he's plus 12, everybody got to know that man a little better. And they like what they saw all week, on and off the golf course. Now, Goosen. This is as inexplicable as you can imagine. Defending champion at plus 11 coming in, but musters a fine shot there. Again, began the day at 3 under. A double, the bogey. Another one at 5, 6, out and 41. Not a single birdie on his card. A run of more bogeys down the back 9. And then Gore, almost as if to thank the fans for a great week. Tough start for him. He just couldn't come out of it. But you can see him tearing up there.
I'll tell you,
very emotional man.
This course will just test you and tear you up and chew you up and spit you out. if things aren't going well. He's really done himself proud. He really handled himself well. He got a great attitude, kind of attitude I wish most golfers could have. Look at that. Not many guys can smile like that when you're looking at an 82.
Campbell looking over the card.
Roger, haven't been able to talk to you much today.
No, sadly, that's true.
So what's been the feeling out there?
Well, you're right about Jason Gore keeping his attitude up. As a matter of fact, he got Retief to laugh out loud for the first time I've ever seen when he asked him if he'd like to play for $10 on the 16th tee on the way in just to make it interesting.
If you're going to sum up the collapse of Retief Goosen today, Roger, anything you can synopsize?
I'm sorry, John, I couldn't hear that.
I was just wondering if you're going to sum up what's happened to Retief today, what would it be? I mean, what the heck happened?
He got off to a bad start. He just never rebounded. He didn't hit the ball well. He didn't putt the ball well. Nothing good happened. I mean, this is just as bad as he could possibly play. I mean, this is exactly what he saw Ernie Els do last year in the final round at Shinnecock.
For the only birdie of the day for Retief. Yeah, that's just too much. That's 36 putts for the day, Roger. Unbelievable. When you're missing greens, you have 36 putts. You're looking at 80-something.
Highest score, 81 for Goosen since World War II by a 54-hole leader in this championship. Gil Morgan shot an 81 at Pebble in 92.
Well, you got to hand it to him.
That came out of nowhere, an 81 by Goosen.
Didn't complain. He didn't. He just took it like a man.
This is a fight to the bitter end.
That's too bad. It would have been nice to see him make that putt. Well, he wanted this stage in the last putt, Roger, but not quite this way, huh?
Yeah, that's right, but he's kept his attitude up all day, Johnny. On 14, they told me the last round of the U.S. Open was hard, but I just thought they were kidding. He's really kept his spirits up all day.
He hit a good putt there, breaks left.
Tough double bogey finish for Jason Gore and an 84. Drops him into a tie for 49th after beginning the day and a tie for second. But just soaking in the experience the whole way, whether it was the great first 3 days or whether it was a tough final round. Final bow for Jason Gore at Pinehurst. That last twosome, plus 25. Hard to believe. And hard to believe that Michael Campbell is going to hoist the U.S. Open trophy in just a few minutes from now. Even par, 2 shots better than Tiger Woods, who picks up just his second runner-up in a major championship. Tie for third there, shared between Garcia, Clark, and Hensby. Campbell is the winner. Only the 6th different international player to win the Open in the last 76 years.
And so a remarkable day for New Zealand's Michael Campbell, 36-year-old, becoming just the 23rd foreign-born winner of the United States Open. As we check our leaderboards, the 105th U.S. Open Championship is in the books. Campbell, a 2-stroke winner over Tiger Woods. Sergio Garcia of Spain was there at +5, along with Tim Clark of South Africa. Nick Price, a very respectable showing at 7 over for the championship. Ernie Els wound up at +9. Even par today for the 2-time Open champion. Ruji Yamada at +9 as well. KJ Choi of Korea, 9 over for the championship. Adam Scott wound up at +11 for the championship, along with Stephen Allen. Germany's Bernhard Langer at 12 over, and Aniel Cabrera also at +12. Lee Westwood at +12, and Scotland's Colin Montgomery at 13 over, along with Canadian Mike Weir. Jason Gore +14 after beginning at round of 84 today. It's hard to fathom. Nick O'Hearn was right there. Lee Janzen, a 2-time Open champion, at +16. Ian Poulter at +16 as well. Kichiro Fukubori at +16. Ames and Sabatini at 18 over for the championship. John Daly winding up at 19 over. And Graham McDowell +21. Let's take a look at how Michael Campbell did it in his final round at the U.S. Open. Beginning with the first hole, he set the tone for the day. Second shot to the opening par 4. Campbell found the putting surface in birdie range. This for birdie. And suddenly, Michael Campbell was even for the championship. Then at the 8th, needing this for his par with the tournament lead. His first bogey of the day as he slipped to +1. But by then, he was putting distance between himself and Retief Goosen. Michael Campbell at the 10th. Third shot to the par 5. Campbell would have that left for his birdie opportunity. This would get him back to even for the championship. And at that point, with Goosen, Gore, and Brown all in the rearview mirror, he was working on beating Tiger Woods at this point. This at the 12th. Beautiful approach shot. Then for birdie. Second birdie of the back 9. Michael Campbell was at -1 for the championship. Then at 15, the par 3. Campbell needed that to save par, and he did it to remain at -1. Then to 16, trying to save par again. So Michael Campbell would then go for birdie here at 17, and this really cemented today after a bogey at 16, birdie at 17. That was the exclamation point on his championship round. Then at 18, having been in the rough, chipped out, this was his third shot to the par 4. Stopped it on a dime at the 18th green. And then Michael Campbell. This for bogey. And the U.S. Open Championship Rounds of 71, 69, 71, and an outstanding 69 today. One of the best rounds of the day. 4 other golfers. A total of 4 at -1, but Michael Campbell with the most significant 69 as he defeats Tiger Woods by 2 strokes. Now, Michael Campbell has checked his score, and now for the presentation of the U.S. Open Championship Trophy here on the green at Pinehurst number 2.
British Open.
He's still sort of shocked.
Start of the day, 4 shots behind Retief. The last comeback that big, Lee Janzen at Olympic Club in '98.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the United States Golf Association, I'm pleased to introduce the 105th United States Open champion, Michael Campbell.
Michael, congratulations. You were immensely emotional after holding out on 18. Can you collect your thoughts and tell us what you were thinking at that moment?
I was thinking about all my family back home in England, my wife Julie, my 2 boys, Jordan and Thomas, and my family in Te Tahi Bay, Wellington, New Zealand, who are watching live right now, I believe. Happy Father's Day, Dad. It's just, I worked really hard for this, you know, ups and downs through my whole career, but it's worth the work, you know. It's just amazing.
It's a long, long way back from 1995 when you were the 54-hole leader at the British Open. You missed the playoff, which John Daly won by a single stroke. It got to the point where you had to qualify to make it here, and now you're holding the cup.
It's amazing. It wasn't going to come, actually. It's just completely changed my whole career now. I mean, this is what I practice for. I've been working really hard on myself and on my game, and I just can't believe I'm holding this trophy. It's just amazing.
Can you give us a sense? Can you give us a sense of what this might mean to golf fans in New Zealand? Prior to today, the only New Zealander to win a major was Bob Charles in 1963, the British Open.
That's right. It was what run my back of my mind the whole day today, thinking about Bob when he won back in '63 the Open there, and I just knew that, you know, I just play well enough, I got a chance. And if I knew I shot 2 or 3 under in the last round, it was maybe a chance to win the tournament. But yeah, just things went my way. I sunk some long putts and some good ones, some par-saving putts too. But I can just walk away right now and just think, okay, people back home, if I can do it, so can you.
17 was key for you. Yesterday, you hole out from the bunker to get to +1, kind of give you the impetus to put together the round you shot today. And then right after Tiger had birdied 18, you nail a birdie putt at 17 to pretty much seal it.
He's good. Jeez, he's damn good.
Yeah, someone just yelled, Tiger's no good. That's probably not correct.
Well, in actual fact, I was feeding off all the crowds behind me, in front of me. You know, people obviously focusing on Tiger and Goosey and Jason, you know, playing so well. And it was little old me from New Zealand, and no one really took notice of me until probably the last 9 holes. So I was just feeding off all the positive response from the crowds, from the other groups, and I knew that Tiger birdied 15, I think, so I hit, and then I was over my second shot on 14, I think it was, and I had to pull away because of the crowd noise. So I regrouped and hit it close, but didn't make birdie. But I kind of knew what was going on, and when Tiger, I think, bogeyed 17, I thought, well, there's another nice little cushion of 3 or 4 shots.
And so Michael Campbell took advantage of that cushion. He took advantage of a 69 today in going out and winning this U.S. Open Championship. The 36-year-old from New Zealand, dueling Tiger down the stretch, he maintained his lead the whole way and celebrated a major championship, the 2005 U.S. Open Congratulations to Michael Campbell. From all of us here at Pinehurst number 2, I'm Pat Scanlon. So long, everybody.
Sky Sport coverage was brought to you by Strategic Finance.